It hasn't been that long. This is only
I
day
know.
5.
It's not even a week. I mean, Aiden did have spring break. And by the end of it, he knew.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But still, you were skiing before that.
By the middle of it, he knew. By the day that I looked at him and said, you know, if Georgetown did this, UVA is not far behind. And he said, I know.
What did you do with the cake?
Instead of using unary to write 22, I used binary.
What's unary?
Base 1. Where there's only one possible digit, so the only way to write 22 is just have 22 or something. I used binary instead.
So apparently,
and he did not use all of these candles.
This means 22.
Well, it's backwards. Turn it around.
Hold on.
At least by convention.
Come on,
by
Parker.
convention, high is
that was totally wrong. Looking at it the other way.
So what's what?
So high is 1, low is 0. So 1 0 1 1 0.
Ah, that's what you mean. I thought you meant like height. I'm
No,
like,
no.
I'm like, all right, that one's the tallest. You're a weird person.
Okay.
I need more of this.
This is what day is this? This is day 6? Day 5?
Too many to count.
I think this is the 5th day since I started making the video diary. So this is definitely going in there because I think this is summing up our current quarantine or lockdown experience.
I just got done work. My business is closed
16.
forever.
4-2.
says
I'm just kind of taking video, just, you know.
I can cut those off.
This
I've
is-
just never seen anything quite. This is like The Martian.
Oh my god. No, Mom, they're soft.
Okay, I'll throw them out.
I mean, we can plant them in the backyard if you want to be growing our own potatoes.
You want to give it a try? We'll have to watch The Martian again to figure out how to do it.
Oh, yes, that's what we're gonna do. Oh my god.
The way I look at it, honey, it doesn't cost me anything to get up and do it every morning.
I know.
I know you think it's crazy, but
I don't think it's crazy, babe. I don't think it's
if
crazy.
I can keep us from getting sick and having to go to the hospital, even if it's not coronavirus,
I got it.
you know, if
You're
we
right.
don't get bronchitis.
You're right. It's safer. It's healthier if everything's clean.
If the way I look at it is, if I have to take myself or somebody else to the hospital who's sick, what do I want to tell them that I've done? And do I want to feel bad about it? Like, oh, I went to Italy 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Or do I want to feel good that I've done what I can to keep me healthy and the rest of you? And that's how I decide what to do. I would hate to have to go to the hospital with my tail between my legs saying, I just
Licked the toilet seat.
licked the toilet seat.
I think wiping down chairs and furniture that we're sitting on is overkill.
Why?
But
If
well, you're asking me for my opinion.
I understand, but I want to know why, because if I'm trying to just have us not get anything, I don't want the stomach virus right now. I don't want bronchitis. I don't want anything.
I hear you.
Your hands are sitting on that chair more than anything else.
We're moving out of my house on Friday. Like, not permanently, we're not moving, but our neighbors who are friends of ours, like her daughters used to babysit me and my brother. She divorced her husband and then ended up selling her house because it was way too big, you know? And she had a bid in on another house, but then like the report or something got back and it was like, you got mold. So she was like, nope, I'm pulling my bid out of that house. But then of course she now doesn't have, you know, a place to stay and she needs to be out of her house on April 6th. So before all of this went down, we were just like, yeah, come here, you can stay in our guest room and whatever. Now, thing is, she works in healthcare. So, she and her younger son, who is a junior or senior in high school, he was a mistake, are going to move into our house until like the end of April. I think it's like 2.5 to 3 weeks. We are going to go and move into our friend's house, who are taking their annual like 2-month vacation down in the Florida Keys and are now obviously stuck there. So their house is empty. So we're going to go and live there for a while. On the way in on the bridge, there were signs saying beach and boardwalk closed, practice social distancing. So, and that's the first time I've seen them, and I was in to work on Monday. My boss is getting pretty worried that we're not going to be able to open for a very long time. I texted one of my managers because I knew the other one wasn't coming in, and I was like, hey, so I'm here and no one else is here. And apparently the owner had told her not to come in today and no one had notified me. But I'm just kind of like, okay. Got me out of the house, at least. There is a forest fire happening in Minecraft server because of this lava pool, and I don't know how to put it out. I am not a qualified forest fighter. I've now created a tree water fountain when I was trying to put out the fire. I do not know how to play this game. Teeny tiny little bunny that I found, because I found the pigs and the sheep that are over there, but that was a little tiny bunny. I think the trees are still, yep, it's still a waterfall. Hi. Hello. What's going on? Meow.
She's going to start barking.
Meow.
It's kind of disappointing.
Reality.
She's very talkative right now.
She's a talkative cat.
She is talkative.
I don't remember Nico being so talkative.
You know,
She was not.
She was a pretty quiet.
I don't remember Nico.
That's not surprising. I barely remember her.
Okay, I don't think Ocean City is doing that because there's tons of New Yorkers in Ocean City. And like Parker's got a friend, they live in Pennsylvania, they haven't been hassled and they've been down here.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. This was 3 weeks ago when we were, an early epicenter.
Yep.
Of this shock.
Right.
Factor.
Right.
So, understandably.
They're actually going to go back to PA after Nashville.
Now about
They're what?
They're going back to PA after Nashville. They're like, there's better resources up there.
It's amazing how fast things have just changed, day to
It
day.
is. Like, we don't even know how to get, Parker had a lease until July, and, she reached out to her landlord, and he's a weirdo. But, she was like, there's several of us who aren't living there anymore, so we shouldn't be paying for utilities, because we're not using them. And this is a guy who, their furnace has been broken since December. January. And they haven't fixed the furnace, now the air conditioning is not working. And he's like, well, you still have to pay for utilities, but I will give you a 9-month lease instead of your 11-month lease. So she was supposed to be there till mid-July, and it took $100 a month off of her rent.
Yeah, I mean, break her. What? Wipe out everything. Clean slate. Dump her back down here, smack her in the fucking head with something, and then claim, oh, she came in that way. She's awake. Oh,
So we moved into our friend's house officially a few days ago. We're gonna be here for, I think, 2 weeks. And it has been rough. Like, it really has, because This is where I'm sleeping now. Like, she will go on everyone's lap, but mine. I was getting the printer set up working.
Stand by.
Yeah, we'll let you know here shortly.
Does everybody agree that, are you recording right now?
Agree.
Does everybody agree that this smells okay?
Yes, that's fine.
This is the quarantine life, Mom. This is authentic. One day, a historiographer, that's not what, a historian, is going to find these and is going to be like, oh, perfect for my thesis on what life was like during the 2019-2020 coronavirus.
Their sense of smell to determine if the food was good enough to eat. No wonder they died such young lives. Need to be.
And I think you just need to let her be there. She really has imprinted on him.
She really is.
You know, it was endearing when I was only here when I wanted to be.
Here.
Are you eating my computer? Are you eating my computer, kitty? I came back inside and our friends have a cat. I haven't seen anything about Maryland and Delaware, though, for the most part. You know, like when I've been looking at the signs saying, like all of them are saying, like, stay home.
But no travel ban.
But there's ones that I've seen that say, like, NJ, NY, CT, mandatory 14-day quarantine. Which I'm like, that's a very strange combination to include Connecticut. I didn't know Connecticut was that bad.
Yeah, Connecticut's a hot spot because there's a lot of commuters to New York. So it's the same,
so it's the same as Jersey.
Same as Jersey. All comes from the city. A lot of bigwigs commute from Connecticut. A lot of bankers and finance folks.
I always
Wall
forget
Street.
that Connecticut is by New York.
Oh, it's really close. I mean, it's closer than we are to the city.
Yeah.
It's like an hour and 15. Got a flag in the middle of the water there.
Yep. I think Aiden and I noticed that.
Oh, yeah?
Time back up, yeah.
Only you, my friend. It's forest fire.
I noticed earlier that the fire warning was moderate today.
Yeah. You're like, really? Moderate?
Okay.
Sometimes they forget to change their sign. I think of Aiden every time we pass the country kitchen because of the K's, and he hates the K's when there should be a C.
I don't think I've ever noticed it.
The country kitchen, or the fact that he hates words?
The country kitchen. I know that he hates words that people put as a K to be funky.
Kitschy.
Keeps them out and takes care of the
It's
population.
gonna be pretty tall. That's gonna leap.
Really hot.
Really.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what made it cat-proof. I'm not sure how exactly how well it worked.
Yeah.
Did they just keep all the catnip on one side of the fence? No reason for them to go to anywhere else?
Did you know that cats, if they see or like smell a fire somewhere, they'll like wait till it's burned out and then go there and hunt because they know that all the habitat has been destroyed
Damn.
for critters to hide.
Good for them.
Cats are scary.
They say
They're
that your domesticated house cat would eat you.
Yeah,
if it was
they are
bigger.
insanely effective hunters. As far as like success rate goes.
Oh yeah.
They're not too far away from Philly or New York,
Yep.
but they're still very much in, you know, a town area that isn't highly populated, like densely populated.
Yeah. They're in the suburbs, like Aunt Fran and Uncle Dave.
Mm-hmm. How are they doing with all this?
They're doing good. I was telling Aunt Fran that you went down to DC to bring your stuff back, and she said that their schools just, I think yesterday, are now closed through the end of the year. And she's like, I knew it was coming, but it's still depressing to
It's still
erase all of
sad.
the dates of Sarah's celebrations off, you know, award
Yeah.
ceremonies and,
Yeah.
and, you know, final parties and just all of it. Graduation.
Yeah, and I don't really know which one is harder missing, you know? Last bit of senior year high school or last bit of senior year college.
It depends on the person.
I think they're both hard. Because no matter how you feel about either one, they're a rite of passage that gets you moving on to something else.
Yeah.
You notice too, there's like these picnics along.
Yeah, I
picnic
love the
tables
little
along
picnic
the way.
tables.
Yeah, it's quite a find. Like, we're really happy we found it. It's a bit of a long way, but
It's
are you
cute.
recording me?
Yes. You look like a nun.
I was just about to say that.
It's Good Friday. Okay, do your hair. Come on, do your hair.
Where did Dad go?
Well, I think we can keep walking.
He's a big boy.
Up there.
He'll catch up.
Who's up there? Picture of him. What does he look like?
He looks like a stalker. Like he's gonna mug us.
Meanwhile,
I
we
look
got
like a nun,
Sister
you look
Rachel
like a
over here.
stalker.
I look like I should be on a banana bike.
What do I look like, Dad?
I don't know.
You.
Just me?
How do you even do that? Bike is ahead. A bike is entering. Well, it's not completely wrong. As long as it's just one. Bike is entering ahead. You cut yourself pretty good if you follow down this one. Snot drip back.
Something, yeah.
What?
More like a blade. It was a big place for military at the time, training airmen and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
They
guess.
would come here for a home cooked meal.
It's weird, you never think about World War II stuff in the US.
Yeah.
Was that?
I think you could get pretty hurt off of this one.
Yeah, this is more,
Yeah, but you're like.
slightly more bluffy. I want more rocks. Where's the rocks?
More people with masks on today. It's interesting.
We saw people with them on in DC.
So you said this one was open? No, we're talking about like when we were here last time. Oh, it's flashing open. But it doesn't look like it's open with seating, but it's hard to tell.
It looked dark
Yeah,
inside today.
that was the one where they were seating people?
Yep.
Oh, we are at one of our friends' houses. It's like 10 o'clock at night, and she is a single mom with 4 kids. So we went over tonight and hid a bunch of eggs with candy in our front and backyard. And Aiden's just coming back now. You probably can't see him.
In high school, we'd go toilet papering people's houses,
There's Mom.
and we'd be like ready to take off. Are you videoing?
This is an important part of the quarantine experience. There's Dad. Is that Dad? Where's Aiden? I thought Aiden was Dad.
Aiden had 2
Okay.
assume Aiden's making his really hard just to challenge Gavin.
I made a couple easy.
Parker and I made most of them. Someone else should?
How many hard ones did you make? All of them? No. Make it hard, Mom.
I tried to make them interesting.
Okay.
The mailbot. Yeah. The curriculum mailbot.
Hopefully it's not too windy.
It's a heavy one. It's good.
Gotcha.
That's good.
Perfect.
Even if it falls on the ground.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't roll halfway across the street. Alright.
I had the little one, and I dropped it. I put it in Trigger's bowl up on the back porch, and that's what made him start barking. I was like, oh,
Nice job, Mom. Nice job.
So who put an egg in the way far in the back in the little house?
I think Parker.
I put it.
I'm sure it's hiding around, but just collecting it. We're out of chocolate and hydrogen right now. Necessities of any health. Who needs toilet paper? Hydrogen toilet paper.
Just gonna
Right. When you're
leave that
hydrogen.
halfway done.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it drip for a minute, and then I'm gonna do yelling. Have you taken pictures with that in the background?
I'm
And with her in the background.
recording. I'm recording, you dolt. Yes, she is.
Always here.
Always.
Always.
Is that a red and an orange?
Mm-hmm.
Is
There's
anything-
no purple.
Is there anything in the red?
There's something in the orange.
I know there's something in
Nothing in the red.
Nothing.
Isn't that weird that there's no purple?
Mm-hmm.
I just got blue on my hair.
You can make it.
I didn't know that.
I mean, maybe that's happening here, but there's no way I'm
Some people have used that to say that they have a concept
our grocery
of.
stores
Of-
aren't
of
open
self,
that long.
yeah.
They're open they're open at 7,
I don't know
but
how
from
much
7 to 8 is for
credence
seniors,
there is to
not
that,
for
but-
us. And we're only open till 8 p.m.
That's
because we're
great.
on curfew. We have to be in by 8 p.m.
That's what I've
Are you
heard.
really, Rach?
Yeah, we've been on curfew since like March 19th.
That's because the people in New Jersey just don't behave well. New Jersey is crazy.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, I mean,
real
last
reason.
night we were like, well, if we get stopped, which we didn't, because our neighbor our friend just lives across the street in a different neighborhood. But I'm like, if we get stopped, we'll just tell the cop where we're going, and I'm sure they'll be fine.
It's a Christmas egg.
It is. I like it. It's green. It's kind of springy. Very nice. We're not under curfew, but Rach, there have been 2 different coronavirus parties just across the river from Philly in New Jersey
Oh yeah,
that have been broken up.
yeah.
There's like a house full of people, and they're having coronavirus
Yeah.
parties, and of course they get called for a noise ordinance, and the police are just like, seriously?
You're idiots.
Did roll me up in there, didn't you?
I tried to hit her out of there.
Ah.
Yeah, it got pretty good.
Getting cracked.
Yeah.
Oh, is it next?
It is mine. Or no, it's
No, I just did that, so it's Dad.
Dated?
Dad.
Whoever follows Parker.
Dad.
Pay attention to who follows you. I just know I follow Dad. All right. I'm going to just be right in front of it.
Oh.
Close, Hayden. Oh. Just want to have it come down on one. Just one. Oh.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Oh.
Ah, we got
Good
2
too.
Park.
Nice.
Okay, hold on. I want a picture of you tossing the egg.
I'll get a video of it.
Or maybe some video. Maybe I want a little video of it. Hold on, don't do it yet. But I don't want 2 minutes of video.
She can edit it.
Okay, you ready? Go ahead.
Aiden, I love you.
It's the hex.
Yep.
I'm talking about
the pirate. Yeah, pirate doesn't do anything except
No.
keep you from moving boats.
the pirate. I don't think they said the pirate blocked the hardware. That would make sense.
It would
Okay.
make sense.
Thanks for waiting. What do we do?
Discussing rules.
Oh, since I've been gone?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I made a thing. I don't know if you were here for the thing.
No.
She's got 2 things under there and a
Lots of
thing,
fun.
and she's on gold. So
Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything about that.
Oh, it's waterfall for gold
Right.
because you
It's
pan
a
for
river
gold
'cause
in a
you pan for
river.
Gold in a river, yeah.
Nathan, I'm really not picking on
I
you,
just
but I
got
want
there.
one of your cards. So
Okay.
sorry.
Man, I gotta move that.
Yeah, you
That
gotta.
robber. But I can't get a wheat to get a development card to try to get a knight. So I just wait until I roll a 7.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Give me all your cards for this night.
You
And
can't trade
don't
those.
put the robber
Why not?
on anything that I own.
You can only trade resource cards.
Says who?
The rules.
Good wishes.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of what everyone's trying to do at this point, you know? Just find something nice to do.
Nobody took it yet, unfortunately.
Oh, the old crate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when they do big
I was
thing
just
collections.
I was just hoping somebody would come by and take it,
Oh.
for themselves.
Not during social distancing. Huh? I don't think right now. I don't think there's enough. Yeah? Let's see.
To a stagnation or not wanting to do things, because if you can't live up to your own expectations, you wind up not being motivated to start them because you have this fear is probably the wrong word, but at least I do. I'm not an expert in this. I'll just tell you about my experience.
This is something Jennifer went with me, so yes, this is valid.
I do it all the time personally. And you will learn to techniques that work for you, because my techniques probably won't work for you. Everybody develops their own. To push through that I don't want to do this because I'm afraid it won't be perfect or something like that. And that whole thing doesn't go in your mind, but it's the motivation part of it. You can't get motivated to start it.
And Thor, is it possible to be perfect?
No.
So you're always in all of us, I think, are perfectionists in this room.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah, it is a genetic. It is a genetic curse.
right, and so our fear of not doing it perfectly when Dad and I were younger would either stop me and hold me back, or would make Dad fall apart and think he was nothing if he didn't get into weapons school. That was like one of his biggest disappointments in life. But
Oh man, it
Aiden.
is genetic.
Aiden,
Goddamn, that was me. That too. Like, if I thought I didn't get something, I thought I was nothing and I was
right,
worthless.
it
and
went like I've got to either be here, and if I can't be here, then I'm way down
then I'm
here.
trash. And
And what do you think about that now?
now I think I'm stupid
For thinking that way?
for thinking that way, because, and this is something that Jennifer helps me realize, Aiden, because God, that's all I told myself was, if I don't get that part, then I'm worthless and I'm horrible and untalented and I shouldn't even try. And I believed that.
Yeah, you said it
Wholeheartedly. And going to therapy helped me realize that life isn't a zero-sum game.
But, and Aiden, when Parker says this, she and Jennifer didn't just talk about it. She had to go home and practice and practice and practice a new way of thinking. And you know what happened was she changed her brain. And for you, they're starting to discover that people with depression have a smaller hippocampus than other people.
Oh, it's just a little boy.
You got a small campus.
It's just a little baby in there.
But when they start doing CBT and taking medications, it actually changes.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure all the
so-
stuff I did was just basically training my neural pathways to
Right.
do different things than what they were doing.
And so, Aiden, we have to help you do that. And you can either talk with us about what's going on, or we can get you into a therapist. But we've got to do something sooner rather than later, because
It'll get worse unless you actively try to make it better.
Right. I just don't want you suffering so much on the inside without talking about it and without activating yourself. Even if you don't want to, don't wait for you to feel it. Do it anyway, because a lot of times then the feelings come. And if D&D isn't it, then don't be the dungeon master anymore. Be a player. Change your way of thinking. Parker was just saying that she, before she went to therapy and got on meds, thought that if she changed her perfectionist ways, if she changed that all or nothing thinking, she would lose who she was. But I think instead it's helped you create who you want to be.
I'm more myself now than I
You don't find yourself, you create who you want to be, and you're creating who you want to be. So you won't lose who you want to be if you
and who you are.
Start thinking more realistically, because perfectionism doesn't work. A perfect D&D game doesn't work.
Trying to make it perfect.
So she won't sit on my lap.
Definitely him.
But she's been sitting above my head for the past, 10 minutes, Mom? Day to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you.
Do I get to make a wish?
Only if you don't spit on it.
Yeah, it is coronavirus. Don't spit on it. It's a pandemic. Be careful.
2 green. That's all I wanted to do was get right there, Park. That was my last turn.
I'm short. I needed this right there.
I'm short one train, and I had 1 car. I'm like, I'm going to put 1 more train on someplace, but I don't need it, so.
He doesn't remember any of this. He doesn't remember being respirated. He doesn't remember being moved. He doesn't remember because they induced a coma. So 16 days later, he wakes up, and he's like, I can't believe how much we know about this from the time I got it.
In the 16 days?
Yeah. He's like, we have learned so much. And it was probably more like 20 days because I assume once you come out of a virus or out of a coma, you're not sitting there reading a newspaper.
Yeah,
you know, like you're probably
but isn't that amazing how talented we really are?
Yeah.
That
He's
when
like,
people
we
get
have
down and
learned
work,
so much since I came down with this.
And you think about, because it's pandemic and it's worldwide, think about just how many doctors and scientists and smart people are working on this.
Yes.
That's why when Trump
Which is a little frustrating because that we don't know more.
The Chinese, I'm like, would you shut up? Like, they've got really smart people over there that are working on this.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
We need all the
Everybody.
assets all the way around. You need
You need another Johnson. You need Johnson and Johnson and Johnson. Yeah.
Preferably that aren't putting asbestos in their baby powder.
No, exactly. Yeah, they kind of messed that one up. Yeah. And by the way, though,
Put her down.
Morgan and Morgan for the people, you can still sue them, though. I think there's billions of dollars came out for that.
It's me. You asked what you're asking about. No, see, this isn't a game. You do not send civilian equipment into my active war zone. You understand this? It's not a piece of equipment. It's a shoot. It's me. Brody, you got.
28-4.
28-4.
Yep. That's what I thought.
328.
That's a pretty cool ID.
Well, it's not that cool because I don't use it for anything ever.
Is it better or worse than Georgetown's website?
I still use Google to get into it because when I put in double engineering on their engineering program, double major,
Well, because they call it second major sometimes.
not here. They call it double.
Good for them. Oh, he'll have to do 2 capstones? I'm doing 1 capstone and it's hard.
Would it be as hard if you were at?
No, it would be so much easier if I was at school. Right now I'm in that like pre-panic zone.
And yes, Parker, I have 3 ID numbers.
Oh, they're such babies when they get hurt. Oh my God. Did you see the Holderness's quarantine? When she's like, stop chewing so loud. But I'm in my car. I was like, oh, that's Dawn.
See, it's not getting in the way.
So you might not.
Yeah!
You might not want to do the whole thing in one day.
I'm not.
Good, because Dawn and I were just talking about that. His back is really hurting. She's like, I don't know if it's a kidney stone or if he's overdone it. I'm like, well, I'll tell you what. I overdid it on Sunday and Monday and didn't feel it till Tuesday.
Yeah.
So.
No, I do like 4 or 5 logs a day.
Perfect.
And that's it.
Good. Next time you have a fire, let me know. We'll have s'mores.
S'mores.
Yeah, not gonna be today. I already put away the fire pit because I didn't want it to get
Wet.
wet.
Yeah.
What are all the stumps from? Like, what are... Is this planted or is this just a big old weed?
That is a raspberry bush.
Gotcha.
And then see Dad's mounds?
The flags?
That's a potato.
Oh.
Remember our bag of potatoes?
Yeah.
This is a potato.
So you can
Oh,
take
good for
pictures
it.
of these. If you took a picture of the bag of potatoes,
That's a potato.
it's kind of like The Martian, except that we're on Earth. It's
That's
not
a
nearly as
potato.
impressive.
That's a potato. So a few of them are coming up.
Yeah.
This is more of an experiment than anything else.
If you
Yeah,
get 6
absolutely.
potatoes out of it, you've made up for what we threw away.
Ah,
Now this stuff over here is raspberries. If you're in here, you can get cold. These shoots should not be allowed to shoot up.
There's another one. That's a potato right there.
But these ones are strawberries, right?
Yes.
The 3-leaf
Yep.
guys.
Yeah, our strawberries are not thriving.
They're like, it's cold.
The ones with the red and orange flags are strawberries. The white.
Is this... All right, Mom, these have waited, so I'm putting them on the table to open them. Is that allowed?
No reason to put it on the coffee table. Why have it where we eat?
Because that's where I can reach it.
You can sit on the floor.
I'm not 2.
I prefer you not.
Okay, can I put it on a stool?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Where is this?
my stuff came in.
So, the more I read about things, the crazier I'll drive, you guys, because I was telling your dad, I'm like, I've always liked the no shoe policy in our house that we got from living in Asia. And I just thought, yeah, because, when you walk in, your feet are dirty and you're keeping your carpets clean. Well, I was reading about, do you need to have no shoes for coronavirus, which of course you don't unless you're a medical worker, because their shoes, actually, they have coronavirus all over the bottoms of them. But they have everything all over the bottoms of them. But they started talking about your shoes. They're like, especially if you have young children who are crawling around, your shoes have feces on them. There is no way that they can't if you're walking outside. And I was like, oh. So that kind of, because even bugs have feces. Like, just where you're walking, if we're worried about microscopic things like coronavirus, they're like, you can use a wipe on them. They're like, but right now wipes are way too, it's way too hard to find a wipe to waste it wiping your shoes. And just take your shoes off. Like, I bet an Asian wrote this article, because if they did, they'll even know, have indoor shoes. Because they
To me, it always just seemed like common sense.
On.
What are you doing?
You need the really high spike to make editing easier.
Oh.
So when you have the super high spike,
that's why they
you
use the
can.
clapper.
That's why they use the clapper.
So
You can
look
also
for the
just
spike.
clap.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just to get people's attention.
No.
Like, hey, we're starting.
I never really thought about it.
Yeah.
No, so you do the really high spike, and then back in the days they would have to, still match it up, but you had a high spike to match it to.
Yeah.
But now the program auto matches it.
That's nifty.
It's funny, in the Air Force we have a tone. There's a beep for all our video stuff.
Oh.
There's a beep.
Yep, that might do the same
They
thing.
hired Dad to do it.
And
He
so
just
you can,
goes around the squadron when they're about to record something, and he's like,
Beep.
and then
at
he
least that
walks
was before
away.
we did the digital. When it was analog, we did that. But now that it's digital, the beep isn't. You don't even hear it. It's it's just a tick mark on it.
Is it really gonna be crazy?
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
even that next day was after
Right. Somebody was like, how did you get masks? Because we had masks. I'm like, oh, when Parker was going to Cambodia and coronavirus came about, I bought them for her because I knew that the Asians.
We were going to.
She was supposed to for spring break. But the Asians, they wear the masks when they're sick and when they're stuff. So I'm like, so I bought her some to make sure that she could culturally fit in. If she had a cold, she shouldn't be sneezing all over the place in Asia. Little did I know that they'd be this hot commodity, Donated almost all of them to JFS, and they were like, thank you, our clients can't go grocery shopping right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's funny because you look and you're like, where do those people get real closer from masks? I just want to know.
Right. Thor has.
I parked this morning on North Carolina, because we were gonna start in the race, just like we did the real race route, And you're driving through the city, and of course they have just people standing on the street, And they all have on surgical masks, and I'm like, how'd y'all get those?
I bet they handed them out.
They might have.
I bet they went through and handed them out.
You're right.
Yeah, Aiden Thor apparently has a. Is the NX95 the one for 80?
N95.
N95.
He has a P.
He's got a P95, which is even better apparently.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, oh, I like this mask.
In the garage?
Yeah, he
Because
bought.
I've got one in the garage
Yes,
too.
hanging up. He bought it to paint our
they
basement.
have, the ones that are the dual.
Yes.
So it
I can't bring
lasts
myself to
longer
wear that
than
in there.
4 hours.
And it filters out smaller stuff, it filters out a lot of chemicals and stuff.
Oh, dude, sell it right now. We can get a home in the Poconos for it.
I'm
Come on.
he probably has a gas mask somewhere, right? Doesn't he? I think there's one in my basement.
I told him, I was like, you should just go to the store with your old helmet. Yeah, he does. He's got his mask and his helmet.
He has his fighter pilot helmet,
Wear that to the store.
And
Really
then you
freak
could
people
tuck
out.
the hose part in down here somewhere, and then
Have you seen
breathing
the
whatever
pictures of the women with the pads?
I did see that one time, and I'm like,
Oh, we're losing it.
So we're going by Philadelphia. We are on our way to Coatesville, hopefully to get a dog, if you like the dog. It is. That is reading for an Amazon thing, job interview. I don't even know what the job is.
Operations manager of a distribution facility.
So nothing to do with flying.
Absolutely nothing to do with flying, but a lot to do with operations, which is translatable.
So if you can operate an airplane, you can operate a management.
His military is more. He's talking about his military.
Really close to it for a story there. That's a good idea. Oftentimes, the best stories come from something that isn't as consequential as you would want it to be. So these questions that they'll ask you in interviews, tell me about a time you had a personal conflict with a coworker or something like that. Sometimes your best stories is to not tell them about your most dramatic conflict that you had with a coworker,
but a lesser, yeah.
That you could learn from, or one that isn't critical, because you never want it to be something that's exposing yourself. So you find one of these ancillary stories.
Yeah.
A tool out of it. So that's a good thought.
Like not one of those times when my first year at Ocean Treasures, the girls made me cry in the back room.
Right.
Right, exactly. You want it to be something that you're probably not emotionally involved with, unless you're really, really, really prepared to talk about it.
Whoa, what's going on at Wells Fargo? Why are there all the cars? What is going on at Wells Fargo?
That is, that's a
is that a health
car.
Thing?
No, that's parking for new cars.
Oh my God, because they're not selling new cars?
Some of them, I don't know all of them. Some of them looked like it was airport parking, but there was a whole bunch of them that were like the similar truck and a similar car.
That's crazy. I'll ask Jen, because she's been having to wear a mask at work, if she has found
A way to put the mask.
a way to put it. I know that she has a fabric one. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Because I am going to make us fabric ones, because I feel like we're going to have to be wearing them for a while.
Yeah.
So we've got a dog. Hi, Bubby.
Hey, handsome. All right, you need a name.
I'm telling you, don't ask me.
I like Loki.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Oh, you ready to come on up? You ready to come on up? Sure got up there.
Oh,
Right.
good boy.
Boy, stay back here.
Good boy.
Good boy. You want to sit right here?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Good boy. You're a good boy. Yeah.
Did you get a picture?
I didn't. I just have video.
I'm like, just out the window and around the corner. Yeah. I mean, Tara, when we got her, I immediately went out and bought a harness to strap her in that she chewed through.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we all know. Tara was Tara. Tara was Tara.
She was
whatever she
middle of the
wanted,
front
whenever
seat,
she
ducking under the
wanted.
rear view mirror kind of dog.
Wait, if I give you some hard-boiled eggs, will you guys eat them?
I will, but it's just me, so just give me like 2.
Okay, let me go get some. No, we're just gonna go to waste.
That's why we
have a name yet?
No. Got any ideas?
I wanted Romulus.
They gave him Smoke,
But we can't.
yeah, and the guy, I was like, how long's he been Smoke? He's like, not long. At least add it. Like, at least make it smoky.
Look at that ear.
But we also have a friend
You have
who.
the best ears ever.
Yeah, we've got a friend whose call sign was Smoke who died, so I don't want it to be Smoke. But Smokey's not bad. But I'm like,
It's kind of trite.
yeah, it's kind of trite.
Doesn't really fit him.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying about Loki. I'm like, it doesn't fit him.
It doesn't. I don't know what does.
Loki would have fit Tara.
It would have fit Tara.
That would have been the perfect name for her.
Yes.
I'm sure. You probably just was like it right away.
So Jimmy, how goes it?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Yeah. Just kind of.
Have you gotten bonkers yet? There's days where I'm just like, I'm so just
I've only
tired
had
of
one.
this.
I've really only had one day.
Good.
Where I was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of just I've accepted the fact that
It is what it
summer's kind of
is.
a wash.
Yes.
I'm just gonna try and keep myself busy as best I can.
Yeah. Aiden, we attended this UVA Career Center thing, and they're like, basically just do something. If you're taking free classes on Coursera, do that. Just do something to keep yourself engaged, and thanks.
See the snacks, don't you?
Oh, you think that's food, don't you? Good boy.
We all pick a letter. We don't tell each other what we're picking. And then once we pick our letters, we decide on an order. And that's the dog's name.
Okay,
No.
let's try it.
No. I refuse.
I'm totally good with that.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
I have mine.
I've got mine.
I've got mine.
Alright, Parker.
Fine. PetSmart.
Yep. Okay, what order are we doing it in?
No, we tell each other the letters first.
First?
And
Oh,
then we
first?
decide the order.
Oh,
Oh.
I thought we would
I
do
thought
the
we were gonna
order
do
and
the-
then the letters.
yeah.
Okay.
No, we just get a set of a set of 4 letters that we
Okay.
independently
Mine
decide
is
on.
O.
Mine was
M.
O.
I have M.
N.
No, M as in Mary.
N. Mine's H.
So it's whom or
I think it's-
homo
I think it's moo.
or moho
Moho.
or
Mojito.
Moho.
moho.
I told you it wouldn't work.
Or homo.
Hey, Phalange.
His
Call
name.
him that.
We're not naming him Phalange.
In that block, take a breath in. Exhale, twist from your left side waist. Inhale. Exhale, twist from your right side waist like you're wringing out a washcloth. Another breath in. Exhale, twist a little further. Keep that right hip moving forward. Squeeze from out to in. Inhale, lift up. Recenter. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Squeeze that.
That way Parker can get through her day. I assume you're showering.
Was that Morgan planning on it?
No, that was a.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's sort of getting comfortable with that. Take a look at both sides of your waist, like you're trying to draw your hip crease on your right side.
Cody.
So you were asking about the water.
Hey.
I was asking about the water.
So I have a design
Oh yes, that water.
where the bowls sit is in the shape of a bone, a dog bone.
Okay.
And then they have painted the dog's name on it, but I wouldn't do that just in case, another dog comes along. But
I don't know how I'm supposed to do this.
Do you want me to hold the plate?
Yes, please.
No, I'm like, what? See, that's why I left the plate inside. But
You might want to come over here, Park.
Yeah.
those are really lovely over here.
Oh, those are nice coals. Are you sure there's no worms in the coals?
If they are, they're dead.
I was gonna say, if they are, would you like to just set that down?
Nope.
You don't have to like race him to get the ball.
It's not not as fast as Tara.
No.
That's because he slows down.
Yeah, I'd like.
Taking that bush out.
Hello.
All of it.
Hello. Hi. Hi.
All of the mulch.
He's got it.
Would have been redone.
Aiden's got it.
Cody.
Like how Dad's walking like 6 feet away from us.
He's practicing good social distancing. He also is like, I'm the only one who's showered today. I'm just gonna walk over here away from them.
I prefer not to walk behind everybody. I prefer to walk
It's on the same calendar date as right now.
He's just like, what's going on? Oh, there's a towel, there's a sheet.
There's a sheet.
He's like, oh, there's something to lay on. Okay.
He's like, good enough for me.
Yeah.
The hairdressers make it look so
What's she
easy.
doing?
Aiden. I'm trying to clip the stuff that's gonna get cut on top.
Are you using hair clips or are you using
Yes.
kitchen clips?
I'm using hair
Oh.
clips. Okay. It's okay. Don't be scared.
The barber doesn't use.
Or doesn't do hair clips. This is a big disappointment. Mom.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see the barber do EMDR if somebody.
Hi, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Okay. All right, it's go time. Hold on, let me watch my tutorial.
Like he has an undercut of how long it is.
It's a lot of hair.
How does what look?
His neck.
Oh, yeah, that needs to be shaved.
I did shave it. I just can't get it any shorter back here.
Yep. You shave it like
Maybe
this?
if we clean it out. Well, what?
And then
He said don't go up. He said don't go the opposite way.
Who said don't go up?
Aiden.
Oh, okay.
Look horrible. That's what you want your hairdresser to say.
It doesn't look
It doesn't
horrible.
look horrible.